Hello, SM fans. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time zone. We are live from direct here again, of course, to continue the in-depth analysis of events as things continue to unravel here in Nigeria and across the globe. Wishing you happy Valentine for the year 2024, wherever you might be watching us here. Special love from Corwave TV to you, our family across the globe. Wishing you the best of the day ahead. Remember to stay safe, whatever you may, how to enjoy your day. Now, the topical issues of today are borders on the alleged forgery of Buhari's signature by the CBN workers. It is quite laughable and quite very unfortunate that such a narrative should be coming from the Secretary General of the Federation, that the president's signature was forged to embezzle money. What does that imply? Of course, that the government of Nigeria is endemic in corruption than those who are trusted with the responsibility, of course, of governance on oversight over the state treasury could not be trusted again. For this is quite unfortunate, and this reminds us, of course, the narrative that there was no Buhari during his time. And today, if Buhari is alive, could his signature be forged by the CBN, who authorized the forgery and who authorized the release of such funds? It is quite unfortunate that it's coming too late for people to begin to ask and argue over such issues that destroys the reputation of the Nigerian state. Of course, I make them a mockery to the Committee of Nations across the globe. How could you say that the Central Bank of Nigeria could not justify between the original signatory of Buhari and that which was forged? Who authorized the payment to the point that it was not in the knowledge of the president what transpired? No, they have an explanation, of course, to Nigerians to tell us how this becomes so messier, how they stumbled into this quagmire, made it clear. It is quite sad that these narratives are coming when Nigerians are looking for a way out, troubled by the inflation, economic mishaps, and trapped in the wheel of motionless and despair. To just hear that some people are forging, of course, signatories and looting the money of the country that belongs to the masses. It is quite sad and very unfortunate. What does that speak about the Nigerian state? Well, that is very clear and without any ambiguity that Nigeria is a state that is devoid of accountability. Otherwise, such wouldn't have been contemplated in the first instance. That the central bank workers could in any way conspire to commit such a forgery, perjury, and the impersonation. Well, let's see whether that will end up, of course, as usual, or will anything better come out of this investigation? Or was it intended just to distract the masses from the pains and sufferings, from the poverty and hunger that is ravaging the entire country? Of course, people can no longer be distracted because the only thing that gives them happiness has been destroyed, was devoured, which means Nigeria never won the African Cup. That perhaps would have eased some tension, of course, or stress in the in average Nigerian who believe in soccer, and but that, of course, has been dashed. And they are now faced with the realities of this. It's quite unfortunate, but these are the realities happening now. Let Boss Mustafa come to tell us how that came true and what is the implication of that. that the central bank becomes a banana republic where everybody can, of course, check in and check out with dollars and billions of dollars without being, of course, apprehended. It has become a more or less Oluwole syndrome, where people can forge results without any due protocols, without due procedure of course, of remittance, and it is quite unfortunate. And this is what we are hearing today. It is quite unfortunate. That means that Nigeria has a long way to go. If the central bank could be questioned, I mean, could have such questionable character, bordering on integrity and transparency, then what happens to the commercial banks that are ripping off the entire country, ripping off the entire nation? I mean, the masses have several deductions that cannot be accounted, that cannot be justifiable. Honestly, people are being exploited from upfront, and the masses are helpless because they don't know who to run to and who to hold responsible. Even the Central Bank of Nigeria is not helping issues. People are being denied and deprived of their hard-earned resources. Of course, sometimes people money got missed. I have been a victim of that, and I was wondering how could my money just disappear without any transaction for barely a week. Who initiated the transaction? I went there to ask. They said the money was hanging somewhere. I now ask the cashier, I mean the customer care, how did the money get out of the account in the first instance? He said maybe he doesn't know, she doesn't know how that happened. Well, that is quite unfortunate, and this has been a rhetoric, of course, happenings within Nigeria, where people's money is being lost, is being emptied, and people are crying. It is quite unfortunate. What is Nigeria becoming, honestly? But thank God it was able to be reversed, and I have my money back. Whatever led to that, I never know. And up to now, it remains, of course, a shrouded in mystery. Why money should disappear in the bank accounts, of course, of customers without being known. If CBN could be accused of such complicity, of conspiracy, of course, to impersonate or commit such perjury, impersonation, then what happens to the commercial banks? The regulatory body who has an oversight over the commercial banks are not living up to responsibility and to the call to duty. And of course, that's why non-Nigerian banks will not be recognized globally or meet global standards of integrity threshold. It is quite unfortunate. Let's know what is your take on this and what is happening. So many deductions here and there unaccounted for, and it's quite sad, very unfortunate, honestly. I leave you with this until we come your way in subsequent edition. Remain blessed and have a fantastic day.